Cookin. I'm your hostess, Cindy Schumacher. On today's show, we'll be making a holiday sausage and egg casserole, a French toast casserole, a spiced mixed fruit, and cinnamon mocha coffee. I thought it'd be fun. I know over the holidays, it seems like you always have overnight family and everything like that, and sometimes, you know, like if you're going out New Year's Eve or something like that, and you've got the day off, and you want to have a brunch, and then you know you're going to be eating a big dinner, so it's kind of fun to have a fun brunch. And this is something where you can actually make the things ahead of time the night before and pop them in the oven in the morning, and you can sit and drink coffee while you're waiting for everything to be done and just spend time with your family. So we're going to start here on the French toast. I have 6 large eggs, and I'm just going to break those yolks up here. Okay, to that I'm going to add 2 cups of milk, 3/4 cup of half and half, 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a tablespoon of vanilla. We're going to whisk this together real well. Now, it calls for a loaf of day-old bread. I didn't have any day-old bread, so I bought actually a loaf of bread at the grocery store. I removed the crusts, and then I put it in a slow oven at about 250 or so, and I dried the bread out myself. So, you know, it's nice if you have old bread on hand, but if you don't, that's the best way to do it, because you don't want to use fresh bread because it'll get too soggy and it's not going to bake up quite as nicely. Okay, now then pour this over the bread, and this would be the point that you would put it in the refrigerator for a few hours or overnight. But this is actually one of those recipes where you actually don't need that kind of time. So it's one that you can make up and pretty much use it right away. But I am going to let it sit just a few minutes while I finish up the rest of the ingredients. So I'm just going to toss it around. And what you want to do is make sure that it absorbs all the moisture. I'm just going to give it a stir. Now this doesn't call for any fruit or pecans or anything like that, but you certainly can add something if you want to. I'm going to stir in a few blueberries that when blueberries are on sale during the season, I buy a lot of blueberries. I wash them and then I freeze them, and then I've always got them to make muffins or cakes or something like this where I want blueberries. So this works out well for something like this. It gives you a little color. You know me, all about color. So I'm just going to cover this with foil, put it in the refrigerator for a few minutes while we start working on some of the other things. I'm going to start the sausage going. This is a pound of breakfast sausage. The recipe actually says to buy the casings of breakfast sausage, but the breakfast sausage casings are usually real small, so it's really hard to get them separated from the skins and everything. So I buy the breakfast sausage in bulk. There's a lot of different ones out there. You can, L&L Meat Market in Long Lake has it. Ken's make their own. Hires, you know, there's all kinds of good sausages out there, especially in this area. But to this 1 pound of sausage, I'm going to add a whole red bell pepper that I've diced. This recipe calls for shallots. If you can't find shallots, which it's seldom that you can find shallots in our area, but 1 shallot would be equal to about 1/3 of a yellow onion. So that's what I've got here. I'm going to add that. And we'll get that browning. We're going to take a quick break while we wait for this to brown. We'll be right back.
That is here. Valley now has higher broadband speeds of up to 1 gigabit. Get the bandwidth you need for all your devices at one time. Gaming with no lag time. Video stream your favorite movies instantly in HD quality. Video chat with friends and family without interruption. Download your favorite music and photos in seconds. All on our 100% fiber optics network. Valley offers managed Wi-Fi and backup services too, bringing together all the services you need. Valley Telecommunications Cooperative.
On the topping for the French toast, so I have a 1/2 cup of packed light brown sugar, a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of cinnamon, actually I'll just use this. I'm using a pastry blender. I'll quick get this combined. And then I'm going to toss in 3 tablespoons of cold butter, and we're going to work that into it. I love French toast. If I have a choice of something when I'm eating breakfast out, which doesn't happen very often, but always kind of fun to spoil yourself with French toast. And this is a nice way to have it all in one pan. You know, like when you've got family and friends in, you don't have to worry about standing over the stove while everybody else is sitting at the table. Okay, so it looks like it's pretty well absorbed. When I turn it around, there's no moisture going anywhere, and that's what you want. So we're going to sprinkle the topping over. So it looks like that. I'll put the foil back on it, and we're going to bake it at 350 for about 20 minutes, covered. And then we'll remove the foil and bake it a little bit longer. So I'm going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Valley is now offering updated digital TV packages and prices. Call Valley today at 437-2615.
I've added the 2 cups of broccoli to the sausage mix now. The recipe calls for 2 cups of broccoli, and it recommends that you actually use the frozen broccoli. If you're using fresh broccoli, you're going to have to kind of cook it down just a little bit, because frozen broccoli will cook up much more quickly than raw broccoli will. So I have 10 large eggs here, cracked in here. To that, I'm going to add a 1/3 cup of milk. I'm using 2%. And here comes the ingredients. This is dry mustard. I'll put a teaspoon of that in. half teaspoon of basil, half teaspoon of garlic powder, half teaspoon of black pepper, and salt to taste. Now this is always kind of a tricky one because a lot of times the sausage will have plenty of salt in, so I'm going to err on the side of caution because people can always add a little more salt themselves if they need it. So I'm just going to do about a half of a teaspoon. Whisk this together. I think it's done enough, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. My arm is getting a workout today. There we go. Spatula. I should actually have my utensils right here. A lot of times breakfast casseroles will call for bread in them. And when we're doing something like the French toast casserole that's essentially all bread, it's kind of nice to have something that's you know, an egg casserole that doesn't have the bread so that you get a little less of that in there. So I'm going to toss this on top of here. For a holiday breakfast casserole, it's beautiful because it's got the red peppers, it's got the broccoli, it's got the onions, it's got the sausage. So it makes a nice presentation. So you just want to gently stir it around. Okay. I'm going to sprinkle about a cup of cheddar cheese over the top. And we're going to cover it with foil and bake it for about 25 minutes. Then remove the foil and bake it for about another 5 minutes just to kind of give the top a little color. So in the oven, this goes at 350 for 25 minutes. I want to stop right here and remind you that if you want a copy of any of the recipes that we're doing today, if you don't have internet, give the Girls at Valley a call. They'll be happy to help you. If you do have internet, you go to the Valley homepage, www.valleytel.net. Click on the Country Cooking Cow. You'll find all the recipes there. Take a quick break to clean up. We'll be right back. So we're going to do the spiced mixed fruit. This is, during the winter, it's a lot of times it's hard to find a nice variety of fresh fruit, although it's been better in past years, but this is a warm fruit dish and it has a nice variety. So it's got 2 cans of sliced pears, which 2 15-ounce cans. I've drained them, but as they have been sitting, there's a little more juice in there, so kind of be careful with that. 1 can of sliced peaches. This is a 29-ounce can. This is the big can. This is a can of unsweetened pineapple chunks. That's a 20-ounce can. We're going to add a bag of prunes, dried prunes. These are actually, as you know, dried plums. We're going to add those in there. And this, the fun thing about this is it gives it some color and a little bit of a different texture. And then we're going to add 16 ounces of unsweetened apple sauce. Stir that all together. Break those up. Okay, I have a 9 by 13 pan that has been sprayed with Pam. Pour that in. I'm just going to kind of spread some of those prunes around. Okay, I'm going to spread a can of cherry pie filling over the top. This is a 21-ounce can. So you kind of want to dollop it a little bit, like so you can get kind of an even distribution. Now this is going to go in the oven at 350 for about 45 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes. Kind of spread it over, cover. Okay, to top it off then, we're going to sprinkle it with a 1/4 cup of light brown sugar. So it looks like that. We'll cover it with foil and we'll pop it in the oven. We'll clean up. We'll be right back.
At Valley Telecommunications, we pride ourselves in providing the home team advantage. But what does that mean? It means going above and beyond to take care of our customers' needs by providing exceptional customer service, because helping you helps all of us. As a cooperative, each time you subscribe to our services, you are investing in our community, which allows all of us to build and benefit from the newest technologies. Make the switch today to Valley Telecommunications and experience the home team advantage.
Working on the coffee, I have a 1/2 cup of freshly ground coffee. You don't necessarily need to have freshly ground coffee, but you want it to be fairly strong. So I've got a 1/2 cup of coffee grounds in here. To that, I'm going to add a tablespoon of cinnamon. And a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Now I have 5 cups of water in my drip coffee maker here, so I'm just going to kind of whisk this together a little bit. Not that it matters, but just, I'm always kind of one of those people that likes to make sure that everything is incorporated correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in, turn it on. And we'll let that brew, and that'll give us 5 cups of coffee. So over here then, in a large saucepan, you want to take a cup of milk, and I'm using 2%. I would use something at least 2%, if not whole or something like that. So I have a 1/4 cup of packed light brown sugar. I really packed it. And a 1/3 cup of Hershey's syrup. Turn the burner on here. blend this real well and heat it up. And then we're going to be adding the coffee and a teaspoon of vanilla. This is another one of those things, like, it's kind of just fun to have something kind of special when you're sitting around visiting in the morning. I thought it'd be kind of fun to do this combination of everything. So I hope you take the time to try one or all of the things, just for something. It's always fun to try something a little different than you normally do every year. We're going to just let that cook about low heat, and we'll go ahead and check on everything else. We'll take a break and be right back.
That is here. Valley now has higher broadband speeds of up to 1 gigabit. Get the bandwidth you need for all your devices at one time. Gaming with no lag time. Video stream your favorite movies instantly in HD quality. Video chat with friends and family without interruption. Download your favorite music and photos in seconds, all on our 100% fiber optics network. Valley offers managed Wi-Fi and backup services too, bringing together all the services you need. Valley Telecommunications Cooperative.
Finish up the coffee while we're waiting for everything to finish up. So I've got the 5 cups of strong coffee, and I'm going to pour it into our milk and chocolate mixture here. And then we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. So that's all ready to go. I'm going to just keep it warm on the stove, just on low, till we're ready to eat. So everything's just about ready to come out of the oven. We'll be right back. Okay, we're ready to go. I'm going to start out with our spiced coffee. And then if you want, you can do a little dab of some whipped cream. That. Who wouldn't want to sit down and drink something like that for a holiday? Isn't that fun? All right, we get a little bit of the casserole here. I'm using real maple syrup. You can use whatever you like, but you know, when you have a special occasion, it's kind of fun to do everything the right way. So we're going to just drizzle a little bit of, and you can use, if you want blueberry syrup or something else like that on there, you just go ahead and use whatever you like. So there you go. We have our holiday sausage and egg casserole, our French toast casserole, our spiced mixed fruit, and our cinnamon mocha coffee. Thanks for joining us today on this edition of Country Cookin'. Hope to see you next time. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.